right, so this is part 4. All right, so we're talking about the Shingo people. All right, the tribe of Asher. All right, and the rest of these is tribes throughout Brazil and some of the surrounding states around them. All right, all right, all right. Like I said before, man, the Asherites come from charcoal black, curly hair, round eyes, to light skin, straight hair, all right, slanty eyes, all right, even in between, man, all right, all right, right here, but I'll just, right here, read this. It said the history of Brazil's indigenous peoples had been marked by brutality, slavery, violence, disease, and genocide. It said when the first European colonists, all right, the Edomites, when the first Edomite colonists arrived in 1500, what is now Brazil was inhabited by estimate 11 million Indians living in 2,000 tribes. All right, so I just read in Deuteronomy 33 that Asher shall be blessed with children, man. All right, it says within the first century of contact, 90% were wiped out mainly through diseases imported by the colonists, such as flu, measles, and smallpox. All right, it says in the following century, thousands more died. All right, so that's part of the curses, man. In Deuteronomy 28. All right, get this, Deuteronomy 28 verse 22, man. It said Yahweh shall smite thee with a consumption and with a fever and with inflammation and with extreme burning and with the sword and with blasting with mildew, and they shall pursue thee till thou be perished. All right, let's go back right here. All right, that's what happened to the Asherites, man. This is people of Brazil. It says in the following centuries, thousands more died, enslaved in rubber and sugarcane plantations. All right, so they was enslaved, man. All right, remember, go back. I'm gonna go back when they was enslaved, man. All right, they've been enslaved since the 1500s, man. They mark you as Israel. All right, and the rest of these curses, man. And also they call byword Indians. All right, that's a Deuteronomy 28 verses 27. Read, they call about thou shalt become astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, where Yahweh shall lead thee. All right, they call Indians Brazilians, man. Those bywords, man. Those not the people. They true name, nationality is Israel. They tribe is Asher, man. All right, and they will scatter all over the earth. I'm get into that later, man. All right, don't talk about what we call nigga. They not call nigga. Like I said, man, the tribe of Asher, man, range from dark, what people call so-called black with woolly hair, to light skin, man. All right, when the Asherites went over there to Europe, all they was called niggers, man, coons and shines, man. All right, and others called red in Indians. All right, so on, man. But going to that slavery, man, it says right here. But I'm gonna start right here. It says a nation of fierce countenance which shall not regard the person of old nor show favor to the young. I'll start back up here. It says Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far in the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. All right, because that's Esau. All right, far into the earth. All right, it's over there in Europe, man. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Why you think Esau brought Hebrew translators, man, to talk to the people, to talk to the indigenous people of Americas, man, the Northern Kingdom, 10 tribes, man. All right, these people used to speak Hebrew, man. All right, and those that lost their heritage, man, it was predicted they was gonna lose it, man. All right, now some may know, a little may know, man, but ain't gonna tell the rest. All right, they wicked as hell. But Here you go right here. It says Deuteronomy 28 verse 29. Thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind man grope in the darkness. Thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore. No man shall save thee. All right, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind man grope in darkness. Right, man. They blind to these people, these indigenous people. Some of them in Brazil, man. They basically all of them, man. But you know, cause you got brother soda that's woke in Brazil, man. That's teaching. All right, but those that don't know, man, they in darkness, man. They blind to the fact they Israelite. They blind to the fact they can't speak their language no more, man. They're Hebrew, Lashawan Kadash, man, Paleo Hebrew, man. All right, they can't call upon the true names of their power, Yahweh, and his son Yahweh shot, man. All right, they in darkness, man. All right, but anyway, you go back down here. It says Deuteronomy 28. All right, we'll go right here. It's Deuteronomy. All right, and we'll go Deuteronomy 28 and 50. It said, "Nation of fierce counsel which shall not regard a person old, nor show favor to the young," man. All right, then you go right here, Deuteronomy 28 verse 40. It said, "Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which your house shall sin against thee." Hey, Esau enemy, man, the devil, the so-called white man, and he the enemy of the tribe of Asher down there in Brazil, man. In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he had destroyed thee. And that's what happened. These people was enslaved, man. That's what happened with these indigenous people was enslaved, man. All right. Or Brazil, man, the Xingu tribe and the rest of the Asherite tribes around them, man. It says what? It says right here, it says, in the following century, thousands more died, enslaved in rubber and sugar cane plantations, man. You can't get past that, man. These people are Israelites, man. And then you go right here, this Wikipedia, Banderantes, all right, pronounced Banderantes, were Slav, if I pronounce this wrong. All right, let's get Banderantes, Banderantes, Bandeirantes, all right, were 17th century Portuguese settlers in Brazil and fortune hunters. This group, all right, can remember that tribe of Asher got that all the natural resources, man, gold and agriculture stuff, man. All right, gold and oil and all that stuff, man, all that rich resources, man. This group mostly hailed from Sao Paulo region, which was known as Captaincy of Sao Vicente until 1703, and then as Captaincy of Sao Paulo. They led expeditions called banderias, Portuguese flags, which penetrated interior Brazil far south and west of Tordesillas line of 1494, which officially divided Castilian, later Spanish West domain from the Portuguese East domain of South America. All right, so you got these damn devils, man. All right, and they damn tear. It said the Bandeirantes explored unmapped regions of the Brazilian colony, captured and enslaved Indians, conducted expeditions to locate gold, silver, diamond, minerals deposits, man. This 12 tribe is correct, man. It says the Sao Paulo settlement served as home base for most famous Bandeirantes. The most Bandeirantes were descendants of first and second generation Portuguese who settled in Sao Paulo, but their number also included many people of Mameluco background, people of both European and Indian ancestries. All right, they damn tail children, man. They Edomite tail children, man. Though they originally aimed to capture and enslave Indians, Bandeira began to focus their expedition on finding gold, silver, diamond mines as they ventured into unmapped regions in search of profit. Eventually, they expanded the affected borders of Brazilian colony, man. All right. So let's see what they say about slavery. All right, but all right. So I got that part where these people. All right, so I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you right here in the scriptures. I'll show you from another site how the tribe of Asher was enslaved, man. All right, but read these scriptures before I get into it. I'm gonna show you they were scattered all over, scattered all the earth, man. The tribe of Asher, man, the indigenous people of Brazil, man. All right, it says Deuteronomy 28:64. It said, Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of earth even to the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers had known, even wood or stone. Right, man. So the so-called Negroes and indigenous people in America, man, they scattered all over the earth, man. They serving all these false philosophy, Islam, Buddhism, Catholicism. All right. And among these nations thou shalt find no ease. All right. Well, just get the point right here. All right. So right here it says Deuteronomy 20:6. It says Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, right? Because the first captivity for all 12 tribes was in Africa, man, Egypt. All right. But this Egypt talking about bondage. And at the same time, it's talking about America, man. But it's talking about bondage, man. Also, man. Because the so-called Jamaicans, they weren't brought here to America. So-called Haitians, they weren't brought here to America. All right. You know, a few of them, but not like the whole buck of them, man. All right. And America is also known as Egypt, Revelation chapter 11:8. By the way I spake, whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. Right? It's a whole nation, all 12 tribes. We don't see that land, man. Our homeland, Israel. There should be sold unto your enemy for bondmen and bondwomen. Right? The Most High says so. He gave us up to our enemies, man, because we violate his law, statute, commandments, man. Our enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. All right, we don't know auction blocks. As slaves get sold, no man shall buy you, right? Nobody shall save us, man. All right, but right here saying Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. And it happened to the so-called Negroes, Judah, all right, so-called West Indians, Benjamin, so-called Haitians, Levi, all right. It also happened to the tribe of Asher, all right, the so-called Indians of Brazil, man. All right. So get right here. Get this right here almost. Wait for this pop up. No, it's locked. It's okay. Here we go. I hope it stays on here. All right. Let me see. All right, this is page 169 from the book The American all right, this is page 169 in chapter 7, The American Discovered Europe at Jack D. Forbes. All right. It says right here, I'm gonna start right here. It says the period from 1493 to the early 1500s would most likely to be the period of heaviest shipment of Americans to Spain. We do not have records of every vessel cargoes, right? Because Esau purposely left our records out. But it could be estimated conservatively that up to 800 captives were transported each year for 1494. All right. For about 10 years, the total that we could document is in a range of 4,000 for 1493 through 1503, but the records are very incomplete, and 8,000 is more likely a figure. Gradually, the shipment of Caribbean Americans, all right, some of the indigenous people here, to Spain probably declined due to great labor needs developed in Haiti and Cuba, right, as the indigenous population was decimated by disease, exploitation, and slaughter. But we do know that America continued to be taken to Spain and for the Caribbean region and Mexico all during the 16th century especially in the first half of the century. Slave records in Seville, Valencia, and Canary Islands attest that many new arrivals from Caribbean Mexico to years through the 1600s. Nevertheless, we can suppose that even the shipment of alleged Caribbeans with a sea brand on their faces probably declined due to the Caribbean internal labor market. On the other hand, the Portuguese expansion to Brazil resulted in a new source of slaves after 1501, not only in Portugal itself, but also resell elsewhere in Iberia and Europe in general. Also noticed slaves from Terra Nova, Newfoundland received. All right, so there you go, man. The proof in the pudding, man. These people are Israelites, man. All right, so I'm gonna hit 171 right quick. It says right here, it says large number of captives in Spain and Portugal were Muslims of Spanish, Wolof, Berber, Arab origin. All right. They probably talking about the Moors, man. All right, these are Israelites. Spanish official judges seem to have a high suspicion of all non-whites in Spain who have become Ladino, Spanish speaker, literally Latino. All right, that's a bad word, man. Attempt to prevent their passage to America out of fear of spreading dangerous ideas to the Native Americans there, such as Islam or Judaic ideas. All right, basically they want the truth to get over there, man. They were scared of the Southern Kingdom teaching them the truth. The fear was that persons of color might have been contaminated in Spain by contact with Muslim, Jews, or people of color who had imbibed such diverse areas as Brazil, mostly Goroni, Carvajo, probably Boricuan. All right, that's Ephraim, man. So-called Puerto Rican, Haiti. All right, Cuba. All right, Haiti also it's the indigenous people of Haiti. That's was also the Dominican Republic. All right, there's Ephraim, also Simeon, man. Cuba, Manasseh, the Bahamas. All right, that's Ephraim again. Florida, Reuben, Mexico, Issachar, natives of Issachar. In Venezuela, Colombia, Asher. Codes interacted with each other and with the Muslims and Africans. All right, these Israelites for Southern are very diverse backgrounds. All right, so they were scared. Esau was in Spain was afraid that our people would teach them the law, statute, commandments, man. Teach them they Israelites, man. Re-educate them again, man. All right, so this is page 170 of the same book. All right, it says during the 16th and early 17th century, Spain was home to from 100,000 to 300,000 captives, if a mere 10% of these was American. All right, talking indigenous people, that would yield a total of 10. Let me see, 10,000 to 30,000, quite possible number, given the continuing importation of Brazilians. All right, Brazil, the indigenous, the Indians, man. What he talking about? These Asians in Central America. No, you fucking idiot, man. All right, those Asherites, man, in South America, man. From the early 1500s and continuing into the 18th century, in 1516, for example, 88 Negroes, 85, all right, 85 of whom were Americans from Brazil. All right, these Asherites were imported to Valencia in the period from 1569 to 1620. Listed as slaves in Valencia, 22 were specifically from Brazil, Los Indios de Portugal. The number compares well in significance with 12 from Cabo Verde, some who could have been American or part American. All right, because Esau raped some of them. All right, or Esau had made it, some of them with Judah, man, the Southern Kingdom, man. All right, but those that got Edomite fathers, man, or tares. All right, we don't care about them. All right, but anyway, it says 23 from Sao Tome and 23 from Angola. It said American captives in Spain were both sexes, usually young. As mentioned above, some women were pregnant upon arrival. All right, while other while other women are mentioned specifically as having children, infants with them, man. All right. So that's part of the curses, man. You read Deuteronomy 28, man. All right. It tell you that women there'll be women that'll be rough to us or engaged to it, man. They should be raped by these damn devils, man. Esau, the so-called white man, arrest these heathens, man, that enslave us. All right. It was seen many appeared to have married Spaniards, as reported, especially uh, for the towns of Ayamonte and Gerbranian, located near Portuguese border. Nonetheless, there are cases where males seem to have more common, as in Las Palmas, Canary Islands, where 17 American was sold between 1537 and 1600. All right. Whom 14 males were from age 6 to 48. At least 5 were from Brazil. A cacique from Mexico, especially mentioned, along with Augustin English, condemned for sexual perversion. Perhaps the latter male was from an English-speaking region. Hence his name. All right, so you got an Issachar right there, man. So-called Mexican. All right, as late as circa 1650, the female American slaves were donated to a nun living in a monastery in Spain. The lives of American Spain probably vary considerably. All right, so there you go, man. These people are Israelites, man. You can't get around it. All right, it says, not satisfied with the sales to Portugal after the Portuguese began quite early attempt to sell Brazilians in Spanish islands and in Spain itself. The Spanish crown found agreed in 57 to the importation of Brazilians who had been enslaved first by other Americans. With what proof, we might wonder. All right, then it said Deuteronomy 28, the evil eye, you should our people should have an evil eye till they brought up, man. It's one of the curses, man. It says what? In 1553, Ulrich Schmidt carried 200 nag carajos to Lisbon. Perhaps 80 of them went on with him to Antwerp. The enslavement of Brazilians was a continued process in both the South and the Amazon region between 1630 and 1650 alone. Some 100,000 to 200,000 Americans from the Paraguay region, which is the tribe of Asher, all right, which is near Brazil, were captured and sold to various places. As late as circa 1710, the Portuguese of the Para region were trading away 3 or 4 Americans for one African, right, for one Judean from Angola. A Jesuit estimate that 3 million Indians were descended as slaves from the real Negro alone in the century up to 1750. This figure is perhaps exaggerated, but nonetheless, it indicates that very large numbers of Americans were valuable for resale to Europe, the Caribbean, to Cabo Verde, and other areas, man. All right. So these people are Israelites, man. All right. It says right here. Oh, we'll go right here, man. It says, we'll go right here. It says, a law of 17 prohibited the captivity of Americans in the female line. It not only ignored descendants of male Americans, but left many classes of semi-slaves still valuable for exploitation. In the point of fact, the trade in indigenous slaves continued on in the region between Amazon and Suriname into at least the middle of the 19th century. Many Americans end up in Lisbon, the Algarve, and other sections of Portugal. Reference and records from Lisbon refer to American captives in 1550. Special places along the river were set aside for both Indian males and Indian females, along with other people of color, so they could sell water to residents in the city. In 1591, a confederate organization existed for Indians living in Lisbon. All right, no people still over there, man. That organization's still over there, man. All right. All right. So, Okay, it says right here, it says it says some of these may well have been American or part of American ancestors. It's still common among those steaming from French Guiana. In 1654, a large number of Dutch, Portuguese Jews, and their American slaves abandoned Brazil and moved to Martinique and Guadeloupe. The Dutch who attempt to conquer Brazil also sold Brazilian and Awa captives to other French islands in this period. Asher Pt.4. Some of these Brazilians were used as military auxiliaries. In 1656, a group helped suppress and go inside rebellion in Guadeloupe, man. All right. So there you go, man. Page 173, same book. All right. See right here, it says, as noted, Dutch warships soon 1560, 69 began to be involved in capturing Spanish and Portuguese shipping, thus doubtless increasing greatly the numbers of Americans and other non-Europeans in Vlis, I pronounced it, Vlissingen and other Dutch ports. After the 1620s, Dutch involvement in Brazil brought large number of Brazilians, all right, the Indians of Brazil, to the Netherlands. By 1636. When the Irishman Bernard O'Brien arrived in Holland, he saw many Americans from Brazil in Dutch cities such as Rotterdam, Delft, and the Hague. Especially found many Americans in Amsterdam with their own synagogue, perhaps a Catholic church, which is bullshit. All right, but some Brazilians could have embraced Judaism, man. They were trying to get right with the Lord, man. All right. They knew they was some, like I said, some of them knew they was Israelites, man. All right, not Judas. The law, statutes, commandments that was given to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American ancestors, man. All right, over 3,000 years ago, man. You read that in Exodus chapter 20, and Deuteronomy chapter 5, man. They gave him messages to take back to their relatives in Brazil. The fuck out of here, man. These people are Israelites, man. All right. And then the asshole talking about the Mexicans, the Eskimos. Sorry, the Eskimos. All right. It says right here, go incident with a so-called Eskimo, man, a Gadite. It said they gave him a message to take back to their relative Brazil. All right, here, go right here. About the Gadite, the Inuit, all right, so-called Eskimo. All right. So-called Inuit, all right. It said in 1566, 7 Inuit woman and child were brought to Vinsling from Greenland labor region. All right. There you go, man. All right, these people are Israelites, man. Quit playing. Quit playing. All right. These people are Israelites, man. No shadow of doubt, man. So this is it right now. All right. Shalom.